All right, so this is a requested reading. Apparently, there has been some talks about a celebrity singer, entertainer who will be coming on the scene. I believe that it has been predicted that it's a woman, all right, and that she will be the next best thing, maybe even better than Michael Jackson. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the top, I do not think that's possible. And I'm a person that believes that anything is possible. But I think Michael Jackson was a once in a lifetime celebrity. There have been many people that other people have tried to compare to Michael, including Beyonce, Chris Brown, Usher, you name it, right? There are celebrities who have come really close to maybe matching some of his numbers. Um, like I said, Beyonce, Chris Brown, these people are great entertainers, but there will never be another Michael Jackson, in my opinion, just because he was something that was never seen before, and he hasn't, that nothing like that has been seen since. And I think it's such big shoes to fill. I think so many people have respect and adoration for him. And that's funny because I'm sitting here looking at this deck. I thought this was Michael, but this is Prince. Interesting, this music tarot deck. I thought that was Michael, but it's Prince. Yeah, but you know, Michael has been considered the king of pop for a long time. He has solidified himself, and I just don't see anybody dethroning him. And I think so many people adore, admire, and respect him that they don't even want to excuse me, take his place, so to speak, even if they are inspired by him, which you'd be hard pressed to find any pop artist who was not inspired by him. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't think it will happen that way. I think maybe this person will come very close. Maybe they will be another Beyonce or something like that. But I don't know. I even think it's going to be hard to find another Beyonce. But that might be as close as they get, in my opinion. Okay? That's just my gut talking to me. What do I want to say about this person? Trying to figure out. Let's use tarot first. Who is this person? What's their personality type? The subscriber, the viewer, said that it was a woman. Is it a woman? Is it a feminine energy or is it masculine? Fire and air are masculine. Water and earth are feminine. You got water. That's feminine. Five of Cups. Scorpio, Mars energy. It's giving me that this person, one of the similarities that they could have to Michael is that they could have like a childhood that created some grief. You know, this could be, music could be this person's escape. This usually represents grief. Somebody that has sorrow that they are trying to process and figure out, but they're kind of stuck in it. What else? Show me more about this person. The sun. Now, the sun is masculine energy, but this is just somebody that is a magnetic personality. They're also very genuine. They represent this represents a sunny disposition, a very truthful person. Somebody that stands in their truth, stands for the truth. Usually very optimistic and successful. This is the most successful card in the tarot deck. So this is somebody that will stand out for sure. And it could be a younger energy. This is a child. So they could be introduced to us as a younger person, maybe even a child, or it could be that this person just has a background in entertainment. And maybe by the time we're introduced to them, we will be made abreast of their past, and that this person has been training since childhood. I mean, think of Michael's childhood. He was pretty much raised in entertainment. So like I said, it could be a child star. This person is very attractive. And I mean, as far as like their energy, like they attract people very easily. It's Leo energy. Could be a Leo person. Let's see. Tell me more about this person. Okay. The Knight of, what is this? This is the, wait, y'all. Is this the Knight? Yeah, this is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands in reverse. I wonder if they could be a little bit shy. Kind of like Michael. Even though they are a star, even though they stand out, even though they are very talented and confident when it comes to what they do, because they have a lot of radiant energy inside of them, they could be a bit on the shy side. This is not like when the Knight of Wands is in reverse, he's not as brave. He has a little more reluctancy when it comes to taking big risk, right? Now, I do feel like this person will be good on stage. They will shine on stage. Even if you look at the way that this baby is standing here on this horse in the middle of like a sunflower, but it almost looks like a ring of fire. And it makes me think about Michael Jackson with the Pepsi commercial when his hair going on fire, right? And just like that big moment, not about the hair catching on fire, but more about the moment. So this person could definitely be like setting some new milestones for sure. They're special. Show me a little bit more. The Wheel of Fortune. They're lucky too. This is a card of luck. This is fate. This person is just meant to be in the spotlight. They're fated to be in the center. The center of, the sun is the center of the solar system. So this person is a person who will easily catch on, have success from the very beginning. They will not struggle because this is fated for them. They could be discovered in a very serendipitous way. Like it's just meant for this person to be on a world stage. So it could be a Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus, a Pisces, or Sagittarius. Okay, what else? Person could also have been through a lot of ups and downs though in their life. This is usually when you've survived some challenges. You've learned a lot of karmic lessons. And this could also be a reincarnation, it feels like something coming back around. What goes around comes around. There's nothing new under the sun. So this is somebody that could be very reminiscent of him. The Eight of Wands. They could be from a different part of the world. Eight of Wands usually talks about foreign energy, foreign travel. So this could be a person who is, or this is just showing that they're world renowned. Like everybody just gravitates towards this person. Sagittarius, Mercury energy. They could also speak really fast, or they could have the gift of gab. Maybe when they do get in their bag of talking, maybe they have a quiet side, a more reserved side. But when they're talking about things that excite them, when they're in their element, this person could be very talkative. Michael was always very kind of soft-spoken and shy, talking in that little small voice. But then when Michael would get on that stage and he's singing and he's belching out his words and he's saying his chants and stuff like that, he's very matter-of-fact about it. This is an intentional person. The Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Michael was a Virgo, and this is a hard worker, somebody very diligent. And I feel like Spirit is saying this is already in the works. This is a work in progress. So this person may already be, I feel like they're going to be well cultivated. This is mastery. This is going to be somebody that's a master of their craft, a hard worker, diligent, maybe even a workaholic. They are very attentive to detail. They care about the specificities, if that's a word. The specifics. I might have just made the other word up. Yeah, this is a person who's very duty bound. They don't mind being on a stage practicing for hours and hours and hours at a time. They're very proficient, productive. Practice makes perfect. Perfectionism. It's definitely like, I want to get it right. Everything matters. I'm meticulous. I'm methodical. This is also routine. This person is committed to their craft. Queen of Swords. Maybe hypercritical of themselves. They have very high expectations. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. They want to protect what they're building. Everything that they do, there's a rhyme or reason to it. They are intentional about everything that they do. This is Libra energy. You got Leo Mars here. I feel like this person has a really wicked tongue when they want to. Like I said, people may underestimate them because they have a little, like a reserved side to themselves. This is reserved energy. But when it comes time to speak up for the things that matter, this person will speak up for themselves. You got the Knight of Cups. You got the Seven of Cups. So this is a dreamy person. Pisces, Sagittarius energy. Could be a water sign. This is very much giving me this touch. This person is in touch with their feminine side. And they also are a jack or Jill of all trades. They try different things, much like Michael. He was singing kind of like rock songs. He's tried his hands at more like soulful music with butterflies that Floetry wrote for him. He's obviously done the pop thing. I feel like he or she is going to be, I said he. I didn't mean to say that, so maybe it will be a he. I don't know. I feel like it's a feminine energy, but it could be either or. But this is somebody that could be very well versed in a lot of different genres of music. I feel like there's one specialty here because this person is focused on this treasure box. So there could be something that they're really good at. And this is giving me like love songs. Really heartfelt music. Knight of Cups is a poet. He is a singer. He's an entertainer. He's a very attractive person. And guess what? He does represent a man who has like a feminine phenotype. He looks like a woman in the face, even though he is a masculine energy. So I wonder if that's the reason why the feminine energy is coming out. It might be an actual man, but he's just very in touch with his feminine side. He makes beautiful music, heartfelt music, inspirational music, love music for sure. There's a lot of love, fantasy, very creative person, whomever this person is. Couple more. The the Page of Pentacles is at the bottom. And this gives me that this person could definitely be young when we're introduced to them, or they have been studying since they were young. This is a student. This is an ambitious, motivated person with a lot of drive. A star pupil. They stand out. Very intelligent, very well spoken. But they know how to set their boundaries. They know how to speak up when it's time to speak up. But this person doesn't waste their words at all. I did want to see how we will be introduced to them. You got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is a very lucky person. Like, this person is going to just seem like they always have good luck. Now, I've been pulling cards on this for a couple of weeks now, just trying to debate about how I was going to do this reading. And I kept getting very much a gatekeeper introduces us to this person, much like Quincy Jones introduced us to, and Berry Gordy and people like that introduced us to, wasn't it Berry Gordy? I could be getting that wrong. Introduced us to Michael Jackson, right? There will be a handler, so to speak. And I believe it will be a man. And this man could be an earth sign on Aries, a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo, or an Aries person is what I kept getting. I feel like they will be very heavy-handed. Look at this scroll here, like a contract, and it says PRB. Maybe those initials are significant. PRB are written here on this scroll. Interesting. I wonder what that means. But I'm getting like public relations with that. Could be a publicist, a manager of some kind, somebody here this is about accolades, this is about fame, this is about entertainment again. And it's a very lucky energy. It talks about being successful, getting a wish fulfillment. It's a genie in a bottle moment. So again, I feel there will be a masculine, an older masculine, 40 years of age or older, who will be at the helm of this. Very heavy-handedly involved with this person when we are introduced to them. How will we be introduced to them? This person is coming to make us smile. Their music is meant to make you happy, to make you smile. It's high vibrational. Much like Michael Jackson, he didn't have low vibrational songs. His music was meaningful. Even if it was a love song, it was a beautiful song. If it was about healing the world, it was a beautiful song. Human nature, it was a beautiful song. The Man in the Mirror. This person cares about stuff like that, much like him. You got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Pisces, Saturn energy. And the Moon. This person will have grief buried beneath what we think looks like happiness. This is fake happiness. The Moon is like illusions, fears, the subconscious, the shadow side of ourselves. The reason why this person is going to have healing music is because they're trying to heal themselves through their music. We might be introduced to them through a song about a breakup, or faking happiness, or something emotional. These are emotional cards, like somebody struggling to figure out why something is not working. A person who's willing to hurt themselves, sacrifice themselves for the benefit of those around them, and they suffer in silence. That's on the darker side. This person is showing up as the sun and the moon, meaning that there's a duality to them. What you see is not going to be always what you get. That's what the Moon means. There's more beneath the surface. This is the tip of the iceberg. They'll only show what they want people to see because they want to bring joy and happiness, even if it's at their own expense. And that's kind of sad. How will we be introduced to this person? The Two of Wands. I feel like this person could definitely come from another culture, another country, and I'm saying that based on being in America, because I know not everybody is. You got the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. This person is super talented, multi-talented, multifaceted. They're going to be very unpredictable because they can do it all. They're going to be very much about their business. But I do want to say, before I pull more cards, what I was seeing was somebody handling their career, a heavy-handed man handling their career, and at some point taking advantage of them, and unfortunately suffering a lot of similar fates to Michael, including being sabotaged, being lied on in the media, being tricked out of money, because this person will be about their money. This person is bringing a little bit of everything. Like I said, their music is going to be multifaceted, and it's not going to be surface level. This person has a method to their madness. Everything they do is intentional, including hiding some of their pain. They'll hide it in their music, though. They will tell you their life story in their music. They won't tell you in interviews and stuff like that. They're going to be strategic what they tell you when it comes to talking. But when the music comes out, it will speak to what this person is going through. And it will be very meaningful music. But this person is the master manifester. They will come to us in a way that almost feels magical. Abracadabra, here they are. Voila, here they are. Okay. What else do we need to know about this person? The Ace of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. They're a solid person. They have good intentions. They can be very generous. The Six of Swords. Like I said, there's a spiritual aspect to this person. This person is being sent on a mission to this earth. They could already be here, obviously. I believe they are. And they could come from a foreign country. Now, that's foreign to wherever you are. Because I don't know. I'm in America, and I feel like it's foreign to America, but it could be foreign to wherever you are. I don't know the fool. Again, I feel like they kind of come out of nowhere. This talks about spontaneity, a leap of faith. This person could have an acting background, could be an Aquarius. They're very free-spirited. They're very eccentric. They may come across a little bit weird, a little bit odd, much like Michael. They could have a Pinocchio, what is it called? Not Pinocchio, a Peter Pan syndrome, Peter Pan complex, just like him. They're either young when we're introduced to them, or they're still young acting when we're introduced to them. This person lives in their own world. They're showing up as the star. Literally the star. But I feel like the star that gets heartbroken, because the very thing that they love so much is the very thing that causes them heartbreak, causes them pain. And remember how Michael left this earth. He was on a bed. They said a doctor took him out. And y'all see here, this person is on a hospital gurney. And look at the doctor, and this person is leaning to the wall to get away from this doctor. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, unfortunately, and hopefully not, but I don't usually get energy for no reason at all. If in fact this star, because this is the star, somebody in the spotlight, somebody that stands out, again, very strong Aquarius energy. If this is indeed what I've been picking up on in my readings, this person does appear to be a marked person, and it's so sad. Look at the light behind this person's head. There's light behind this person's head as well. That's interesting. This person's true north, their purpose in this life is literally to be in the spotlight. That's what it is. Yeah, you got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is another card of poetry, music, entertainment. Somebody who's really gifted. Very, very naive, though. Very naive, a novice. And again, another childlike card. Look at this Five of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords, another card of hospitalization. Look how this person is ending up on this bed. Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold. Somebody took all your money, and then that's the same way Michael ended his life. Yeah, some of his money was still intact, but this is naivete, being gullible, immaturity. Okay, let's see what comes out in this deck. I'm not going to pull many from this deck because these are mostly like love cards, so they may or may not resonate, but we'll see. We got traumatized. What did I say? I feel like this person has grief, traumatized, mental health issues, isolation, take a break, stress, drinking, smoking, emotional support. Megan Thee Stallion is showing up here. She is an Aquarius, and I said a lot of Aquarius energy here. And look at all of the stuff that has happened with Megan, right? I don't see anything to suggest this person has any like substance abuse or anything like that. I did see the devil, but this is more like broken-hearted energy. The Four of Swords is more like mental health, and I feel like that's like getting counseling and stuff. There will be some controversies with this person. It could be that they have vices, or this could be what they tell us about this person, And then again, that isolation, the way that Michael, the way he was taken out, in my opinion, because I feel like he was taken out. Yeah, it was sad. It was very sad. And the late, great Dick Gregory did say that he went to visit him, and he said that Michael asked to speak to Dick Gregory alone, and he told them that they were trying to kill him. We got an Aries. I feel like this is more that person I was talking about. That's the gatekeeper. All right, it says March 21st through April the 19th. The good traits are confident, energetic, independent, risk taker, and strong-willed. The bad traits are aggressive, bully, rude, antagonist, selfish, impulsive, and pushy. Watch out for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn on Aries introducing us to this person. There will be a gatekeeper. Everybody has a gatekeeper. Everybody. We got meet up and we got wild and free. Courage to express themselves and lives in their truth. That's what I said. Very outspoken when it matters, but at the same time, they have a reserve side as well. We have meet up, going out for drinks, seeing one another for the first time in a while. I feel like this person will be very personable, especially with their fans. I don't know if y'all seen that video when Michael was on stage performing and a fan ran up on the stage and just hugged him, and he just continued to sing with the guy hugging him and like told the security not to do anything to the young man. Because I feel like he really did love his fans. You know, Michael just, unfortunately, he just had some things that was working against him. All right, it says, hey, just give me some time and I will be back better than ever. I want this friendship relationship to work out. But I feel like that's a spiritual message, maybe for Michael, maybe a reincarnation, if y'all believe in that sort of thing. Yeah, I do see a bird in that Three of Swords where the girl is in the hospital bed. That's a bird here. Birds are ancestors. They're messengers. And why would a bird be in a hospital room? I mean, a window looks like it could be open there, but I feel like this is possibly a spiritual reincarnation. Look at the fire on this person's feet. And they're bringing a rose, a flower, a white flower, and the girl is looking like she's reluctant to take it. Because this is betrayal and heartbreak. And I feel like this is, unfortunately, if this person has that mega success that Michael had or anything close to it, there will be consequences that come with that, unfortunately. That's the dark side of the fame. You go from the sun, you come in so excited, so on fire, so vitalized, right? If that's a word. And then the moon is more like, this is the dark side of things. The sun is out in the day. Everything is wonderful. But at night, in the evening, when that sun goes down, some dark things come up. Could also just be a nocturnal person, a worrying person. Somebody just worries a lot. We have no strings attached. It starts with no strings, but even the most casual ties can tangle fast when the boundaries get blurred. And I feel like that's definitely giving me Six of Pentacles energy, which talks about you scratch my back, I scratch yours. As long as you play the game. Play the game. Everything gonna be fine, which means there are strings attached. But you know, they don't tell them that when they first sign that contract. They don't tell them about the dark side. A lot of people are unaware. They come into it just excited to express themselves, show their talent, and share their gift. And this could even be saying this person is sharing their gift. That's Six of Pentacles energy, Taurus moon. And so that talks about doing something from the kindness of your heart. The Spirit is saying there's a false connection here. All right, and it says the bond may be karmic, temporary, or just meant to teach. Either way, it is not what it appeared to be. And that's what the moon is. Something is not as it seems. You're touching the tip of the iceberg. This will be a person who comes into this very optimistic, but they'll start to see the dark side later on. What do we have here? Expecting. Feminine energy. It says a new life is forming, ready or not. This changes the vibes, the stakes, and the whole story. Now, this could mean that this person is a baby right now. They're young. Maybe they won't come for a couple of years. I don't. Why am I hearing Kaylani? This gave me Kaylani when I looked at this. Kaylani is a Taurus. And y'all know Kaylani is a bisexual woman. I believe she might even just be a full-on lesbian now, because I believe she's said she was not dating men anymore. I could be wrong, but I think she said that. This person could be gender fluid or something like that. Or maybe they just, maybe even asexual, a lot like him. Like Michael. Real receipts. They're not just talking about receipts. All right, it says the screenshots were saved and the messages were archived. The evidence is airtight and ready to blow things up. But that's what I'm saying. That's what they did to Michael. They start stockpiling evidence against him, saying that he was doing this, that, and the third. And then when the investigation, you know, came into effect, they didn't prove anything. He was not found guilty. But these people can manufacture stories. It's just the industry. It's the way that it goes. Envy vibes. Envy wears many faces. Sometimes it shows up as fake support, fake concern, or unsolicited advice. Yeah, that's the evil eye. We have a curated image. It says every post is polished, every angle calculated. Don't get distracted by the highlight reel. I'm telling you, they're going to show. I said that they're going to show what they want to show, and the rest of it will come out in their music. When it comes to speaking, when it comes to what they do in their everyday life, they will be kind of private and secretive, but it will come out in the music. You just have to read between the lines. This person is going to get their big break. Last one I'll read from this deck. It says a major moment is brewing. This could be the launch, the offer, or the shout out that changes everything. This person is ready to step into their spotlight, walk up these stairs, and be introduced to the world. I do believe they could be young right now. They could be being cultivated and curated right now. I feel like this person will be well packaged, put together, all of that good stuff. So let's see. Show me more about this up and coming person. We have sister wives, the Three of Cups, the Lovers, Gemini and Cancer, energy, Cancer, Mercury, polyamorous, polygamous relationship, non-committal, sharing is caring, open relationship, not a one woman man or one man woman. Now, I don't take that literally. I just feel like this is some kind of third party situation. There could be some key players in, as far as introducing us to this person, cultivating this image or whatever. They could be, maybe it's women involved. I feel like there's still a man at the helm of it though. Now this could be a person that might be into this though. I don't know. Maybe this will be a person that doesn't want to be settled down, and they're showing up as supernatural. It says 5D, spiritual, otherworldly, beyond the 3D, the unseen realm, and the ethereal. That's ethereal. That's why I said that Six of Swords is spirituality. And the star of spirituality too. This person is coming here to bring some healing to this world. Didn't he say heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race or something like that? Yeah, that's what this person is coming to do. Okay, what else? Music. I'm hearing Marvin Gaye, Just Like Music. He was in Aries. And y'all know Eric Sermon sampled that for his song called Music. Music is important to this person. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about them. Interesting. We have false promises. And look what fell on the table, y'all. Deleted. I'm telling you, this person's going to have to watch out. It says sweet nothings. Manipulative, deceptive words one has no intention of fulfilling. Commitments one can't keep. Broken promises, false claims, inability to live up to expectations. Now, there is a possibility that this person might be a bit of a player. And they could be a very non-committal person. They could be a heartbreaker. Maybe that's why the Five of Cups was the first card. They're going to be a complicated individual because there's many layers to them. They are multifaceted and they got many faces. We have missed opportunity. What's the missed opportunity? I also wanted to say, this person being so methodical, strategic, and routine-based, they will take breaks between their music. They will not just put out a bunch of fluff. Everything will be intentional. So it could take them long periods of time, like a Kendrick Lamar, to put out music out. And that could be what this is. I don't feel like they're worried about missed opportunities. They march to the beat of their own drum. The comeback kid, yeah. Sagittarius energy, it says redeeming yourself, getting back on your feet, survivor, fighting spirit, knocked down 9 times, get up 10, wounded warrior. So this is Sagittarius moon energy. And I feel like that message is that this person will persevere. They will go through many changes in their life, in their musical career. They're going to be able to bounce back, even if they do so-called missed opportunities. What else? Last two. Man versus food. It says you are what you eat, cleaning up your diet, eating to live, not living to eat. Food allergies, cravings. Pay attention to the signals your body gives you regarding food, gluttony, greed, and overindulgence. I think that could just simply be a sidebar. The Nine of Cups did come out. The Nine of Cups does talk about doing things until your heart is content. But I kind of feel like this person will have a level of self-control. I feel like they'll be very disciplined. I don't see that will be an issue. They could be like a pescatarian, a vegetarian, a vegan person. I think they'll be very particular about the food that they put into their body. They seem very aware. Like I feel them being consciously aware, like about the planet, about the animals, about the animal kingdom, things like that. They care about those type of things. We have flamboyance, the Queen of Wands. She's an alpha female, loud and proud, in your face, larger than life, personality, social butterfly, confident, lives in the moment, unapologetic, comfortable in her skin, moxie, a flair for the dramatic, pomp and circumstance, and over the top and dramatic. Now that's on stage. That's not in everyday life. That's on stage. Look at this, human interaction and migration. They may come from a different place. We got the color purple is significant. Interesting. The color purple, huh? I talked about Prince. I wonder, Well, anyway, the color purple would be like the higher chakra energy. This person could be an indigo. They could be a star seed with the star coming out. I do feel like this person is very spiritual and they're very enlightened. The star card is all of your chakras being in alignment, and the color purple is the highest chakras. Indigo and violet, which are variations of purple, right? That's the 6th and the 7th chakra, which means that you're a completely illuminated being and that you're very connected to other people. It says an active social life, special occasions, social gatherings, fun with family and or friends, events such as parties, weddings, baby showers, and reunions. And you did get the meetup card. This person may be very hands-on with their fan base. Sensationalism, Scorpio, Aries energy, the Tower. I feel like they're going to come in like a wrecking ball. This person is going to be major because they are going to, I don't know how to say it. Like, I feel like this person will get the inevitable comparisons to Michael Jackson. But there's going to be something that separates them. And I feel like, even though I do think Michael Jackson was a high vibrational person, this person feels even more. So I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, we got shock value, the element of surprise, provocation, controversy, hype, and hyperbole. And I feel like there's something altruistic about this person. Yeah, look at this, the Court of Laws here. They're just going to have to watch for the setup. Y'all know the setup comes. Look at this, cabin fever, Virgo, somebody in hermit mode, a loner. And then we got burning the candle at both ends, juggling too much, multitasking, biting off more than one can chew, struggling to balance it all, a lot on your plate, and not adapting well with divide and conquer. This person is here to heal this world. They will come to heal the world. And look at what the message is. I feel like this is about Michael. They feel your absence more than they ever did your presence. And his presence was very felt. This could be him coming back. We got drum rolls, suspense, surprise, unpredictable announcement, unexpected anticipation, and patiently waiting. Okay, y'all. This is that carefully curated image. Image conscious, obsessed with looks, all about appearance and surface level, public persona, shallow, skin deep, superficial, pretty, hurts, unrealistic standards and expectations. That's perfectionism. This person is a perfectionist. They don't want a hair out of place. They're a lot like Michael and Beyonce. Virgos. Could be another Virgo. I don't know. They are very anal retentive. They care about the details. Okay. The devil's in the details when it comes to a Virgo. And they could just have Virgo in their chart. They don't have to be a Virgo. But they're definitely showing up that way. I hope that this makes sense to somebody. Yeah, there's a Sagittarius showing up here and a Leo. But look, I told you, I'm telling you, it's going to be some corruption around this person. And look at the mansion. Isn't that where Michael lost his life? In his mansion? Because the wealth is here. The next card says, come back to bed. And y'all remember he passed in his bed, right? An abundance of valuable possessions or money, prosperity, affluence, luxury, plenty, deep pockets, fortune, and reserves. That is Virgo energy, Virgo Mercury. We have privileged, upper class, celebrity, wealthy, money bags, luxurious, deep pockets, lavish, prosperous, elite, noble, aristocrats, lord and lady, Virgo Mercury. But the corruption comes with it. It's par for the course. You can't escape it. Having or showing a willingness to act dishonestly in return for money or personal gain. Untrustworthy, dishonorable, and deceitful. He's going to have to watch out for an Aquarius, an Aries, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But you got Leo and Sagittarius here as well. Could be a fire sign. At this point, it doesn't matter what the person's sign is. They are... Look what I just put the deck on, y'all. Look at this. You got same sex. Something could be going on with this person's sex life. There will be a criminal controversy or something. Bad publicity. The devil card did show up. I just didn't pull it out. But that is bad publicity. But look at this. He has a savior complex. I told you this person wants to save the world. Knight of Cups. But this is in a more distorted energy. A fixer, enabler, codependency, Captain Save-A-Ho. They could also get into a lot of trouble in their relationships if they're not sexually disciplined, okay? All right, I hope this was the answer that you were looking for. I hope I gave you some clarity. Whomever asked for this reading, I hope you're still around because it took me a while to do it, but that is what I have for you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if anything resonated, and I will see you all the next time. Peace. Hype the video. Peace.